in that old album over there.
So tell me about it. Where was you born at?
Pilot Mountain, the foot of the mountain.
The foot of the mountain?
Foot of the mountain there. That's where I was born. At home.
Where'd you go to school at, Mom?
Sunbright High School.
Sunbright High.
Yeah.
You said, how far did you have to walk to the bus?
A mile and a half.
That's a mile and a half. Tell me about when you was growing up, what it was like living up on the mountain.
Well, the morning started early in the morning. We hoed corn and we hoed the garden and gathered vegetables Mama canned, and we laid under the tree on a quilt and talked. And I had three sisters above me, and then had one sister below me and two brothers. And we was born to Laura Jacks Stringfield and Guy Thomas Stringfield. All the births was at home.
You said Grandma Jacks, your Grandma Jacks, she was Cherokee.
Yeah.
She full-blooded Cherokee?
Yeah. No, her daddy was.
Her daddy was full-blooded?
Yeah, well, she is too, I guess. She was tall and skinny as a rail. They used to say I was like her, 'cause I was always skinny and stuff. But she come to live with us. She had, I guess, cancer on her leg. It ate through to the bone and rotted off, fell off. And she wouldn't go to the doctor. She put rosebud salve on it, home remedy. And she was, at the end, she was real mean to us. She was wanting Mama around her all the time. And Wilma had a pair of green shoes, and they wasn't no colored shoes much back then. And she got them green shoes, and Grandma'd say, trash, trash. And we all slept upstairs in the old house. And Miller Lloyd had one bedroom, and Mom and Daddy had one. We had 2 bedrooms and had 7 people to sleep. But we made it okay. And Wilma would climb out that upstairs window and down on the porch and meet Robert out there, 'cause Daddy wouldn't let her see Robert.
Mm-hmm.
And she'd just go and we wouldn't tell on her. And she liked to smoke. Daddy would have killed us all if he didn't know anybody smoked. And she'd climb up on that house and smoke of a night. And we didn't have no screens on the windows or nothing, just 2, 3 old beds, just nothing. Just, we didn't have no chest of drawers. We didn't have nothing. We piled our clothes in the floor, and we had to hold corn all day long sometimes.
Where'd you meet Daddy at?
At school.
At school. How'd y'all get married?
We went to, I was cheerleader. He was football prince. He got crowned as the best player. What do you call him?
Captain.
Captain of the football team. And I was the captain of the cheerleaders. So we went to TSD in Knoxville. And I never did look at him. Wasn't concerned about him, but when we got back on the bus, all the seats was full, but the second one on the front. And I sat down in it. Nobody else was in it. And he come, after he took a shower and all, he come and sit down beside of me. Said, "Can I sit here?" And I said, I guess you can. And before we got to Sunbright, he was holding my hand. And I went home, he went home, and then the next morning we went to school. Everybody was, yay, Sunbright won. And he come talk to me that morning, and it went on and on, just talking in school. He didn't have a car, and I didn't have one. So his coach would let him have the car to come and get me and take me to the parties or whatever was having. We had one on the Dr. Sam Jones had a big house not too far from the school. He had his practice down in Sunbright, and everybody went to him. And one night, Patty, his oldest daughter, was going to have a party for the football boys. Me and all the cheerleaders and all helped with the party. But the coach said they couldn't go to that party because the next night they had to play football, and they didn't let them stay up. So they walked up the railroad track, all them football boys, and we hid them in that house. When her mother come in, we'd hide them in closets and under the beds and everywhere. And they never did find them, but Dick got out and didn't have no way to go to Deer Lodge, so he walked up to the coach after the party and said, "Will you take me to Deer Lodge?" And he said, "Richard, you are throwed off the team because I told you not to be out after bedtime, you know." And everybody just had a fit. Everybody. We won't never win without Richard. And so everybody voted. We run a tab whether he should play or whether he shouldn't, and got 100% that he plays. So the coach let him go back on and play. But he walked from Deer Lodge to Pilot Mountain to see me. Me and him, Mom and Daddy'd sit on the front porch and talk. One Sunday evening, we sitting in the yard under the tree, and Richard said, "Let's go to Pioneer Theater." Had opened in Wartburg. So he said, "Let us go to the movie this evening." I said, "Daddy won't let me see a movie. It was a sin to see a movie." So he went in and asked Daddy if he could take me to the movie, and Daddy said he could. So we went to Wartburg and got us a bag of potato chips. And but I had been out to his mama's house. This was the next year. This was past year, and he graduated and I didn't. So he worked.
He was 2 years older than you, wasn't he? He was 2 years older than you.
Yeah, 2 years older than me. And he graduated a year older because he was going to school in Knoxville when they moved up to Morgan County. And where was I at?
He's talking about going out at grandma's or his mom and dad's.
Oh yeah, to his mom and daddy's. And he wanted to meet all of them. So they served ice cream out in the yard. They brought me a bowl, big gravy bowl full of ice cream. And I was real skinny, and I said, "I can't eat all of that." "Yes, you can. We'll fatten you up around here." I guess they eat a gallon of all of them. I couldn't eat all that because I wasn't used to it. But we borrowed his old truck, and he was taking me home. And we went down this hill, and I said, "Where are we going?" And we went down to the old creek where they had a bridge across it. And he stopped on that bridge, and he said, "I want to ask you something." And I said, "What?" He said, "Let's me and you get married." I said, "I'm not even through school." "Well, I'll help send you to school. I'm going to go to college, and you finish high school. So he give me a ring and put it around my neck so Mom and Daddy wouldn't see it. And I come down from getting dressed to go to school the next morning, and Mama said, "What do you got around your neck?" I said, "Nothing." And she said, "Let's see." And she pulled that out. "What are you doing with this?" I said, "I am going to marry Richard." And she said, "I so wanted you to finish school." And I said, "Mama, I'm going to finish school." And she said, "You'll be the only one in this family that graduated, if you will." And I was right close to graduation, like a month till I graduated. And so I graduated from high school. And then I went to Rome State for 2 semesters on early childhood development.
They didn't have Rome State back then.
They did when after I went to school and everything. Because I went to Rome State and
that's once you started working. You and Daddy got married while you was still in school, wasn't you?
Yeah, we got married, yeah. And one night we had a ball game, and Ellis and Loveline was in Sunbright High School. Ellis was in Wartburg, but he graduated even before Dick did. And we was on the football field, and they said, "Let's go get married." And Ellis and Dick said that, and we said, "No, we can't. Mama beat us to death." So we got halfway down here to Georgia, and I made them take me back home. Scared me to death. Went back home. The next day, Ellis called and said, "We're going to get married, me and Aunt Lovely. If you're going to go with us, you better get down here." So we went, and Ellis said, "You're not turning back." So we went down here to Georgia and got married. And I went back to Wilma Roberts' house, and they took me down to tell Mama and Daddy we was married. Daddy said, "No count bunch out there at Deer Lodge." And then Daddy loved Richard better than anything. Always did. He put him above everybody. And so we lived there, and we had an old cart Dick pushed and I drove. It wouldn't run. And we'd go from Deer Lodge up to over to Sunbright